Hello, my friend of karmic affinity. Right now, are you lying still in the quiet darkness of your room, your back touching the soft mattress and your eyes closed? The outside world seems to have fallen asleep. The clock has struck the hours of rest. But try to listen honestly and deeply into your body. Has today truly ended within you? Your physical body may be still, but it seems your muscle fibers are still silently carrying an invisible weight. Your shoulders have not yet fully dropped, as if they are still bearing the responsibilities of the morning's working hours. Your jaw is still slightly clenched, holding on to words not yet spoken or suppressed emotions. And in your chest, your breath is still short and hurried, as if you were still racing against time, even though your feet stopped long ago. You are trying to go to sleep, but inside, a part of you is still working tirelessly. It is still remembering a past conversation, still waiting for a result that hasn't arrived, or still holding tight to an unresolved concern. You lie there, but you are not truly there. You are still at the office, on the streets, or stuck in the events of the old day. My dear friend, please breathe gently and understand that your restlessness right now is rarely because your body doesn't know how to rest. The real problem is that today has not been allowed to end within your nervous system. For sleep to truly come and heal, we do not need to try to force ourselves to sleep. Rather, we need to learn how to allow today to completely close within us. The body needs the day to end to begin healing. My dear friend, to truly enter the land of rest, we need to understand a deep biological truth about ourselves. Your body is a sophisticated and wise machine. It possesses a miraculous ability to self-repair and regenerate. But that ability is only activated under one prerequisite, when it receives the signal that there is nothing left to do. If your breath is still short and hurried, if your jaw is still unconsciously clenched, or if your abdomen is still contracting to hold an emotion, then to the nervous system, that is a signal of vigilance. The body understands that you are still in a state of combat, still facing an invisible danger that is not past. And when the nervous system believes you are not safe, it will refuse to relax into a state of deep recovery. Therefore, the secret to a good night's sleep does not lie in forcing your eyes to close. Please engrave this in your heart. The body does not need sleep to begin healing. It needs today to truly end. Only when you send the off-duty signal to the nervous system can the miracle of recovery begin. Sending a safety signal, not an exercise. Before we begin this 3-minute ritual, I want you to let go of all expectations of performing a complex exercise. What we're about to do is not high-level meditation requiring intense concentration. It is not about trying to visualize beautiful scenes or forcing yourself into positive thinking while your heart is full of storms. All of those require brain effort, and effort is the enemy of sleep. This ritual is much simpler, more primal, and deeper than that. It is merely a signal, a clear, decisive, yet gentle signal that you send directly to your stressed nervous system. That signal says, right now, there is nothing left to carry, no more tasks to complete. We have returned home, and we are allowed to put everything down. See this as an invitation for the body to return to its inherent state of peace, not a new task you need to complete before bed. As long as you are present here with sincerity, the body will naturally know how to listen. The 3-minute ritual to set the day down. Now, enter this ritual with me. You do not need to sit up or prepare anything elaborate. Perform it right where you are lying, in the comfort and warmth of your familiar bed. The light in the room should be dimmed to the lowest level, or preferably turned off completely, so that the gentle darkness can embrace you. Relax your entire body, allowing your weight to sink deep into the mattress, and let us begin. In the first minute, I invite you to return your attention to your breath. But please note, we are not trying to change the breath. You do not need to breathe deeper, nor do you need to slow down immediately. Just let the breath happen naturally as it is. Perhaps the breath right now is still short, hurried, or shallow. That is completely normal and accepted. Do not judge it. Do not try to fix it. Simply recognize. I know I am breathing in. I know I am breathing out. That non-judgmental awareness is the first step to detaching you from the stream of wandering thoughts, bringing you back to being a silent and tolerant observer. Feel the flow of air entering through your nostrils, cool and fresh, then leaving, carrying some of the body's warmth. Just being present with the breath is enough. When the connection is established, we move to the second minute. Gently place one hand, either the left or right, on your lower abdomen. The abdomen, in the wisdom of ancient civilizations, is the center of instinctive life, the place where the most primal safety reflexes are stored. When your warm hand touches this area, it is like a reassuring touch from a mother to a frightened child. Feel the rhythmic rising and falling beneath your palm. And now, quite naturally, as you exhale, allow that breath to be a bit longer. Do not use force to push the air out. Instead, imagine the exhalation as a sigh of relief. Each time the belly sinks is a time you are setting down a part of today's burden. Imagine the worries, the responsibilities, the social roles you have carried for the past dozen hours are now following the breath out, vanishing into the void. Exhaling is an act of returning. You return the noise to the world, return the problems to tomorrow. You keep nothing. Feel the softness spreading from the abdomen throughout the body. The shoulders drop. The face relaxes. You are gradually becoming light and empty. Finally, we come to the third minute, the most important and subtle moment, the minute of doing nothing. Now, let go of even the attention on the breath. You do not need to observe the belly or the nose anymore. Let the body operate according to its own wisdom. In this minute, you do not wait for sleep to come, nor do you crave for relaxation to happen immediately. You are simply lying there, like a leaf floating on a peaceful river. Trustfully entrusts your entire body and soul to the support of the universe. Your body knows how to sleep. It has done it thousands of times since you were born. Your task now is to withdraw, to stop interfering, to allow everything to happen. Enjoy the feeling of not having to do anything, go anywhere, or become anyone in this moment. The absolute stillness of doing nothing is the most powerful healing medicine, opening the door for natural sleep to gently step in and welcome you into the land of peace. The moment of true repair begins. My dear friend, there is a common but not entirely accurate belief we often carry, that the body only begins to repair and recover once we have fallen into a deep, dreamless sleep. That belief unintentionally creates pressure, making us fear that if we haven't slept immediately, we are wasting precious healing time. But the truth is much more miraculous than that. The process of regeneration and energy recovery does not wait until you lose consciousness. It begins at this very moment, the very second you allow your body to completely drop its defenses. When your breath slows down, when your mind stops fighting, and when your hands stop clenching, the nervous system immediately receives the safety signal to switch to rest and digest mode. Listen to your body now. Are you starting to feel a pleasant heaviness spreading through your limbs? Your legs seem to become heavy and sink deep into the mattress. Your hands seem not to want to lift anymore. A gentle warmth is creeping from the abdomen throughout your body. This is not negative exhaustion at all. It is a wonderful sign that the muscles are releasing the last of their tension. Blood vessels are dilating to bring nutrients to cells, and energy is being withdrawn to build up the interior. Healing is happening right now, vivid and powerful, even while you are still awake. So, do not worry if sleep does not come immediately. Enjoy this feeling of sinking into safety. You are being supported by Mother Earth, and every one of your cells is rejoicing in rest. Just lie still and let the miracle happen. The biggest mistake: when craving hinders healing. My dear friend, while we are lying still and relaxing, there is an invisible but significant obstacle that often appears to break this ritual of peace. That is the expectation of results. After performing the breathing and relaxation steps, our minds often tend to sneakily observe. Have I fallen asleep yet? Has the pain gone? Or, why am I still so awake? Please be careful, because observation with a craving mind is actually a subtle form of control. When you are intently monitoring the progress of sleep, you are unintentionally putting yourself in the role of a strict supervisor. You turn your body into an employee being watched, making it feel pressured and stressed again. There is a profound truth I want you to remember. Healing doesn't happen under supervision. Imagine you have a wound on your hand. If every few minutes you open the bandage to check if it is healed, or touch it to see if it still hurts, that wound will bleed forever and never have a chance to close. The recovery process needs stillness, darkness, and most importantly, the absence of violent interference. Your body is the same. It is like a shy child. It only dares to come out to play and repair damages when it knows no one is staring at it with judgment. Control means today has not ended. You are still working, still managing. Therefore, to protect this sacred ritual, let go of even the desire for good sleep. Tell the body, you can take as long as you like. I am in no hurry. I am not waiting for results. I am just here to accompany you. When you withdraw the role of the supervisor and return the space of freedom and privacy to the body, you will see the subtle tension vanish. And precisely when you least expect it, when you are no longer trying, sleep and healing will gently come to you like a surprise gift. That is the secret of complete relaxation. The subtle detail, the gesture of ending the day from within. My dear friend, before we truly relax completely to sink into sleep, there is an invisible but decisive detail that most of us unintentionally overlook. We often focus on rearranging pillows and blankets, adjusting the room temperature, or our lying position. But we forget to perform the most important gesture, the gesture of ending the day from within the consciousness. This is the soul of tonight's ritual. Before you place your hand on your belly to begin the healing breath, I invite you to perform an act of intention. Imagine a Zen master after a long day of labor. When he enters his hut and closes the wooden door, he is not only closing the physical space, but he is also closing off the entire mundane world outside. He leaves every role, every responsibility, and every worry behind the threshold. It is not rejection, but a wise, temporary resignation to preserve life. Tonight, right now, perform that gesture. Whisper it to yourself. A powerful mantra. A gentle but decisive command sent to your entire body-mind system. In the next few hours, there are no problems that need to be solved. Please feel deeply the weight and the liberation of this statement. We are used to living with the mindset of a problem solver. Even in bed, the brain silently runs background programs. What must be done tomorrow? How? How should this be handled? It is that always ready to work mindset that prevents the body from entering a state of deep rest. This statement is the power off button. You declare to the mind that the shift has ended. All files have been put in drawers. All unanswered questions will be set aside. Perhaps an anxious voice will rise in protest. But if I don't worry, won't everything fall apart? My dear friend, please understand that this act of putting down is absolutely not weakness, laziness, or irresponsibility. On the contrary, it is the pinnacle of biological wisdom. Look at nature. The sun does not shine forever. It sets so that darkness can take the throne. Trees do not photosynthesize all night. They rest to grow. Life needs the rhythm of stopping. If you do not dare to stop, you are going against the laws of life. Trying to solve problems in the middle of the night, when energy is depleted, is like trying to drive a car that has run out of gas. It takes you nowhere. It only damages the engine. When you say, in the next few hours, there is nothing to solve, you are handing the world back to the universe to operate. You trust that the earth still rotates and everything is still fine, even if you do not interfere. You allow yourself to shed the heavy armor of social roles, the role of mother, father, boss, employee. In sleep, you are no one. You are merely a breathing life, a pure presence that needs to be nourished. Perform this internal gesture right now. Imagine you are gently setting down an invisible piece of luggage. You hear the sigh of relief from your soul. You don't need to be right. You don't need to be good. You don't need to be successful in sleep. You only need to be present and rest. When you dare to perform this sacred abandonment, even temporarily for tonight, you will see your nervous system slacken, softening, like a loosened guitar string. That is when the door of healing truly swings open to welcome you. Hold on to this. Nothing to do, thought, and let it lead you deeper into peace. Letting go of even consciousness, entrusting to sleep. My dear friend, when every burden has been cast off and the mind has been soothed by gentle words of comfort, perhaps you think you are fully ready to sink into deep sleep. But there is still one last subtle obstacle we need to overcome. That is the habit of wanting to control even your own sleep. Recall the nights you tossed and turned restlessly. You did everything. Drank herbal tea, listened to meditation music, practiced deep breathing, and tried to relax. You followed every rule perfectly, yet sleep still eludes you. Why is that? Because deep down, you are still trying to force yourself to sleep. you are still using consciousness to monitor and direct a process that inherently requires complete letting go. In the wisdom of mindfulness, sleep is not a goal for you to conquer, nor is it a skill for you to master. Sleep is a grace, a sacred gift that the universe bestows upon you every night. The only thing you need to do is open your arms to receive it. But to truly receive it, you must let go of all efforts. Experiment with this tonight. When lying still in bed, when everything is ready, let go of even the craving for good sleep. Do not try to visualize. Do not try to feel. Do not try to control the breath. Return that power to your body. Let it automatically adjust the heart rate, blood pressure, and all biological functions without the interference of consciousness. Accept sinking into a state of not knowing, not doing, and not controlling. You do not need to witness how you sleep. You do not need to analyze whether that sleep is deep enough or good enough. Your only task is to throw yourself completely into the support of the darkness, like a child placing total trust in a mother's arms. Let the primal wisdom of your body guide you into sleep, into the place where all wounds are healed and all energy is regenerated. Darkness is not a scary abyss, but a kind mother embracing you. Dissolve into those soft arms. Complete letting go is when you have nothing left to do, nothing left to think, and no one left to be. When you disappear from your own consciousness, that is when sleep comes most naturally and deeply. Let the night gently lull you, and may you wake up tomorrow with a whole heart, a fresh soul, and a body full of the sap of life. Healing is not one night, it is a climate. My dear friend, as tomorrow's dawn breaks, there is an important thing I want to tell you before we part into night's sleep. That is, please maintain a gentle and non-judgmental attitude toward the results of your sleep. We often fall into the unconscious habit that as soon as we open our eyes, we immediately check and evaluate whether we slept well last night, whether we got enough 8 hours, or whether we feel overflowing with energy immediately. If the answer is no, we hastily conclude that this ritual failed, that our body still refuses to listen. But please remember this truth well. True healing is never a single event occurring after one night. Healing is the creation of a climate. Imagine you are tending a garden that has been abandoned for a long time, the soil parched and full of weeds. You cannot water it once in the evening and expect the whole garden to bloom brilliantly the next morning. That is against the laws of nature. Your task in these 3 minutes every night is not to force the tree of health to grow fast, but to patiently create a favorable atmosphere of relaxation, trust, and letting go. When the internal environment is safe and peaceful enough, the seed of health will automatically sprout and rise in its most brilliant way at the right time. Your body is an incredibly intelligent and complex biological system. Every night, depending on the most urgent needs of life, it will prioritize repairing a different layer. Some nights it focuses on regenerating muscles, but other nights it pours all its energy into detoxifying the liver or processing hidden emotional traumas you have suppressed. Sometimes, waking up a bit tired or sluggish doesn't mean you have failed. It could be a positive sign that the body is detoxifying strongly, and it needs you to be patient a little longer. Your nervous system has been used to a state of tension and alarm for many years, so it needs time to relearn how to trust in safety. Therefore, tomorrow morning, do not ask yourself if I slept well. Instead, Smile and remind yourself that last night I successfully set down the old day. As long as you performed that act of letting go, it means you have already succeeded. You have disconnected the power source of stress. You have stopped fueling the fire of anxiety. That is the greatest victory. Persistently maintain this climate of peace every night. Do not be impatient to dig up the soil to see if roots have grown. Just keep watering with letting go, and let time do the rest of the miraculous work. Your silent and undemanding persistence will be worthily rewarded with a resilient body and a fresh soul in the future. Trust this process, because you are on the right track. My dear friend, the journey of soothing the mind tonight concludes here. Remember, you do not need to struggle to find peace anywhere distant. Peace is like the water of an autumn lake. It will automatically become clear and still the moment you stop stirring it. Your task is not to create silence, but to stop creating noise. No, there are no more lessons to remember, no more problems to solve. Completely relax your consciousness. Let the natural, peaceful breath, like the rhythm of lapping waves, lead you deep into the land of good dreams. Inhaling. Peace spreads throughout the body. Exhaling. Light-heartedly letting go of every burden. If these whispers have brought you a bit of warmth and peace of mind, you can leave a like or a gentle comment as a goodnight wish to yourself and the universe. Tonight, I let the day end inside me. But most importantly, just set everything aside and sink into sleep. You are safe now. You have returned home. May tonight's sleep be a cool stream, washing away all weariness, so that when you wake up tomorrow morning, you will find yourself fresh and full of life energy. Sleep well, dear friend.